Hi, this is Ron McTuber playing the Hunter Classic on PC. Today we're doing a feral hog guide for 2020 because there is a big competition on amongst the community. It's called Double Bacon. You've got to get the highest score of one male feral hog and the highest score of one male wild boar. And in this first part of the guide, we're going to be doing feral hog on Loggers Point. So I'm going to show you my locations from where I'm starting, where my bait sites are, and how we're going to go about it. Right, this is where my tent location is. Look at the bottom on the map, you can see my coords. I put that red dot there because I will run from the tent to there, then walk up to this feeder. There's my coords for the feeder. This is a very good old location. We're going to see if it's still working. This tent, the reason I'm not coming from this tent, you could do, is because there's a lot of feral hogs in this location. So you don't want to come that way, spook them all before getting to the feeder, and often they're behind. So this is why we come from this route instead of the top tent. Hopefully we can get a really big feral hog, 1,000 plus, ideally over 1,100, just to show you how it works. Right, so off we trot. Now you might be wondering why I've got a blind there. It's because it's very good for whitetail here. So you can spawn in here and sometimes a whitetail will call straight away, so you can jump in the blind and you can sit and wait for him concealed, and you can shoot them when they come in. But on to the feral hogs. Hope you take part in this competition because it should be great fun. There's quite a few taking part. There is rewards as well. It ends on Monday the 2nd of March, so give it a go. You can have as many attempts as you want while doing it, but you've got to make sure you only hunt a minimum of 30 minutes. You can't hunt under that or it won't really count, and they will check to see if you're hunting 30 minutes or above while doing this. They don't want you to spawn mash it because you can have unlimited amounts, so obviously they don't want people doing 1 minute hunts trying to do it. So 30 minutes plus. I'll put all the criteria, what you need, in the video description, and you can have a read through it yourself and also see what the prizes are and how to put your submission in for the competition. But ideally you're going to need 1,100 plus feral hog and probably 1,100 plus wild boar if you want to try and get up there. Do you know what I mean? If you want to actually try and win. But there's also prizes for rear pigs, so you can get albinos and stuff like that. So if you're lucky, you might get that, and you might get some M's for a reward for that. Also trophy shots. So there's quite a few things you can do, and feral hog and wild boar hunting is great fun anyway. Now I'm just looking over here on the right because often wild boar, well not wild boar, feral hogs will come from that direction. And when you're coming into this location, once you've hit that red mark I put on the map, you want to start checking the back because you've got to start planning your route in. Because if a pig spots you, he might run towards the feeder, he might spook the rest. So once you get over halfway and start coming towards these trees, you want to be thinking about how you're approaching this location. The trees especially are quite tricky because you have to go prone and you have to slide on your belly up to my little tree stand I've got in there. But once you get there, if you don't get killed by attacking feral hogs and you don't spook them, then you're good. And there's normally quite a lot here. It does work, well it used to work really well, and that's why we're doing it now. Like I say, sometimes it can be like 20 feral hogs here, and I've had some really big feral hogs here, like 1,200 plus. So that's what we're ideally going to see. But anything over 1,000 I'm happy with for this guide because like I say, I'm just showing you it works, a location to go which isn't far too hard to work out, and like I say, it's very consistent. After we've done this episode on feral hogs, the feral hog guide for 2020, we're going to go for wild boar because obviously you need both. So I'm going to show you both locations and also make it up to date just to show you that they're working, because a lot of the feral hog guides and wild boar guides, mine included, are from many years ago. They still probably do work, but you don't know until you go out and check them, and that's what I've been doing recently, going out, checking these guides and just seeing what is working, what isn't. Most of them should work, but some things might change. There might be a bug or something, you never know, which can affect it, or something might have been changed and they don't realise it's been changed or it's not been spoken about. So it's always good to check up and make sure it's current and works so everyone can go out and get easier animals or get them without as much effort. Like I say, grinding away. They do help, these guides, and a lot of people do them. So check them out, and like I say, just take from them what works for you. But this is normally a consistent place for feral hogs. A lot of people do use this place, but I've not hunted for feral hogs recently at this location, so it'll be nice to revisit it and just see what is in this location and see if we can get something nice. I was going to do a feral hog video or wild boar video a couple of weeks ago, but I was having no luck. My wild boar feeder, I was getting absolutely so many wild boar. It was like 20 there every time, but every time it's like females and smaller males, and just under 1,000. There was loads of them just under 1,000, and it just wasn't quite good enough. And then I've been doing lots of decorating on my house, so that took a sort of like a back seat, because I'm having all sorts done at the minute, ripped out windows and all sorts. So I'm very busy, and I'm just trying to do videos in between the renovating of the house. Right, so where's my little tree stand? It's just in front of me, and there's a second tree. Now, when you're crawling through it on your belly, keep your ears open, because on left, right of it, there's often pigs wandering through the wood. My feeder's on the left, but the pigs will journey through this wood. If they see you, they'll either scarper or they will kill you. If they attack you, they can kill you, and they will attack you quite often. So you just got to crawl through it, be patient. There's one on my left now, I can hear it very close. Hopefully it doesn't spook. It will happen now and again, and if you spook them, don't worry, they will come back. You just have to sit in the tree stand and just wait. Normally takes about 11 to 12 minutes, and then they'll come back to the feeder and you can get them. That's another good reason for having a tree stand here, because you can sit up here and you can see what's going off all around you. So tree stands do really help in this location. Someone was saying the other day, is there any good tree stand locations on August Point? This is one of them. I've had over 190 whitetails here, comp winners. I've had massive yotes here, feral hogs. You get quite a few species in this area. So there's quite a few pigs here, probably 10, 12. Let's see if there's any good ones. What you ideally want is a heavy feral hog, over 200 kilo, and that looks very nice. That is a very big one. So I'm happy. Definitely shows it's working. We've got about 12 pigs here, and that is, we're definitely going to take that one if there's none bigger, because that is definitely over 1,000. It might even make 1,100. So it's nice to see the site is still working and doing well. But if you shoot one of these, like I was just discussing before we seen that big feral hog, they will run away, but they will come back in about 10 minutes. So don't worry if you shoot one and you think, oh no, there's a bigger one just turned up. That's why normally you will have a look along that ridge on the back. You will see pigs walking sometimes that maybe haven't come in yet. Or if these run off from here, when I shoot one of those, they'll go towards that ridge normally from this location. So are you going to take part in the double baking competition? Drop it in the comments, I want to hear about it. If you're taking part over the weekend up until Monday when this is running, drop in the comments what your score is if you had any nice ones. I'm going to take this big one here because he is the biggest, using the 300. That should be good enough to drop him. Like I say, the main point of this is just showing you that the guide is still relevant. The location, the spot. Let me just put my my marker over the cords, just so you can see exactly where I am, where the feeder is. So you can set this up if you want to do. But there is also a sale on feeders, pig feeders, and the bait. So you can definitely use them for this weekend. And like I say, there's a good reduction on the sale. It is free to play as well, the Hunter Classic. So if you haven't tried it before, check it out. It's on Steam. Give it a go. We're on 48 or 50. I've only just filled it up. There is like a 4-hour wait from when you fill it up before you can use it. So try and take that into account. It will say inactive while you can't use it in testing shot. Not ideal, but we'll go and track him down. It will die. Yeah, it will say inactive before you can use it, and when it is active you can use it. Look at that, X marks the spot. You couldn't have predicted that. Look at that. You couldn't have done that if you ever tried. 2 logs mark this spot, X. Right, here we go. 11.24, so that's a really good feral hog. So let's take a trophy shot. So that's been me, Ron McTube. We've been doing the Hunter Classic Feral Hog Guide for 2020 for the double bacon competition. This is going to be part 1 on feral hogs. The next part is going to be how to get wild boar. I hope it helps out all the new players. If you're a new player or a player who hasn't played the Hunter Classic before, check it on Steam. It's free to play. I'm Ron McTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channels, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.